Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I just want to say first off, a Merry Christmas. Today is the 23rd, so a couple days we're gonna have Christmas here in the Republic of Georgia. We love it here. Normally they celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January, but we do it on the 25th, being Americans. And so blessings on your Christmas and your celebrations, and God bless your New Year coming. Today I just want to do a quick video on changing your battery. This happens every 4 or 5 years. You need to change a new battery. Sometimes you get a little bit more out of it, especially with the lithium batteries. They'll go a little bit longer. But what I did this time is I took out the original. Remember this KTM I got, this project, it's a used bike. So it still had the original battery in it. It was about 5 or 6 years old. So it was definitely time to change it. So I upgraded. I don't like to go cheap on my batteries because it doesn't matter if it's my car or motorcycle, whatever, because that's something you depend upon, especially when you don't have Kickstarters anymore. So I got an anti-gravity battery, and you can look it up and see what size you need for your bike, but it's pretty standard for the KTM and the Husqvarna and things. They all use about the same size battery. Really good battery. It's even got a secondary start on it. If you run the battery dead, it'll give you a couple more amps to be able to start again. And so just a quick video of how I put that in. And I think it's a significant upgrade. You're going to want it when you're out there on the trail and you're using a lot of power or starting and stopping a lot, cold weather, whatever it is. So yeah, so enjoy the video and blessings on your Christmas and New Year's. Okay, see you after probably the first of the year. Okay, so we just put in the anti-gravity battery. You just basically have to remove your solenoid there, your starter solenoid. You just pop it off, a couple little rubber pieces there, and then you can bend that back far enough to slide your battery in there. And the nice thing about the anti-gravity is it comes with posts on both sides, so no matter which way your bike is, your cables are oriented, it'll fit on there. But I'm pretty sure they're always the same on these bikes. So yeah, it's set up for that. And pretty light, of course. It's a lithium battery, but so is the original. I'm pretty sure this is the original. I think the other is a higher quality, and they weigh about the same. Like I said, that one is about 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years old, so I'm pretty sure it's ready to be changed. And I noticed the starting has been a little weak on it, so hopefully this is going to refresh it, especially if I'm going to be going on long trips. I want to make sure my battery's good. It's just the heart of starting this thing, and if you don't have a good battery, you're going to go dead pretty quick. So yeah, I've got that in, and while I've got that in, I'm going to go ahead and hook up my cord for my USB charger. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the battery in there. Got my my leads put on there, and my ground. I did redo the ground. It was to this little mount right here, which wasn't setting very well. In fact, and so I did a straight one right to the aluminum there and cleaned it up really well. I will give you a hint when you're putting your tank back on. Pretty easy to take it off and on. You plug your plug there. You plug in your gas line there. But you don't have to take these off. These plastic pieces, see a lot of guys that take them off every time. You really don't need to, and actually just kind of wears out these plastic screws, or screws going in plastic. So just set it on there and gently just kind of flip these little mounts here just back over the front of that, and then you can put your screws back in there. You can see I've got my line run there. I've got a little bit too much, so I'm going to have to bunch some of it up a little bit there. And I still haven't totally decided where I'm going to put my plug yet, but I got my tank back on and it's ready to go. Just got to finish buttoning it down and I'll be good. Yeah, I write my name on everything. People give me a hard time for that, but you know what? If somebody ever steals this, I can identify it. Pop that seat off and there's my name right there. Kind of makes it signature. And then even actually on the battery here, you notice I wrote the date, so I'll know how old this is, and if I keep the bike, got it in 5 years from now. And I used kind of a it's a permanent marker, but with gold color, so hopefully that'll stay on there and be able to be read. and then that way I'll know how old the battery is. Like for example, this one here, I don't know how old it is. I suppose maybe I can look at the serial number or something on it, but how much easier it is if you just put the date on it. I do that on my cars, everything. Is when I start having battery problems, I look down and the battery's 4 or 5 years old. I know right off, okay, it's the battery. It's not my alternator or something like that. I mean, I can test it, but yeah, just little things to save you time and headaches. Since I had the tank off anyway, I just put it back on. Thought I'd do a quick shot of this. I've heard guys having problems with corrosion in the different electrical plugs. So I went ahead and I cleaned these out with some WD-40 and stuff. And here on my CPU, and then on different connections under the tank. I noticed some were a little corroded. And I did have trouble with this ground corroding at one point as well. So got those taken care of while I had the tank off. And next time I take the headlight off, which I'm sure will be not too far away, I have had all those apart and back together again. But I'd like to put a little anti-corrosion stuff in there, some WD-40 or something like that, in some of these plugs and things under here. Because, you know, I've heard of people's bikes just stopping because of a little bit of corrosion. And that's not what you want to happen out in the middle of the trail. So a little preventive electrical maintenance there is probably a good idea. You can see I kind of changed my mount here. Put a better screw into my aluminum subframe, and I checked the other ground underneath the tank as well. I did put in a new anti-gravity lithium battery because I wasn't too sure how old the other one was. And it seemed to be a little bit low on the starting power. So yeah. You buy a second-hand bike, you need to do a few things like I'm gonna. Right, blessings from here.